Welcome back to another class of Python for app development. In our previous class, I've shown you how you can create yourself up a counter in your app and how you can make it functioning. So in this class, I'm going to show you that whatever you do or whatever you represent, how you can customize the font inside of that. So another thing you have to keep in mind is that you have to follow up a couple of important steps. And right after that, we're going to head off into our coding. So let's move on with our class. But first off, we have to also download ourselves up some font files, which we are going to need in this class. And I'm also going to be adding that font file inside of my resource folder, which you're going to get with this course. So it's going to help you a lot to actually use it if you want to. But I'm also going to be showing you a second method, how you'll be able to get your own fonts and how you'll be able to work along with it. So without any further ado, open up any web browser which you have on your device. As you can see on my screen, I have opened up Google Chrome. To do or start off this lesson with is that you are going to need a .ttf file, which is basically a font file. So where are you going to get this TTF file? Well, any text which you download, you can either download it in a PDF form or also in a TTF form. So you're going to search in for TTF font download. So there we go. We have it. I'm going to just search for it. And now you will basically see a lot of these sites which you'll be able to use to get your TTF file. Now, the first thing, what I want to do is that you have this site called Font Squirrel. It offers you a lot of free fonts which you'll be able to use. So when you go off over here, you basically have like a lot of these. So just in case, we're going to be just searching or we're going to select up any of these texts which we want to use, just in case this one. So what you're going to do is basically download OTF, and then it will basically take you to this site. And then you're going to like see over here that this is $0 and there's a lot of free fonts which you'll be able to get for free. And these are also royalty free. Another thing which you have to keep in mind is that if you're using this site for the first time, you basically have to log in. And as I've already logged in, you're just going to click on download family and you're going to just add it to your cart. It's going to redirect you to another page when you click on view cart. And if you want to check out, just click on checkout and it will take you back to another site or redirect you to another site from where you'll be able to check out. And you will also be able to download a PDF version. And if you click on this download order, you'll be able to download the TTF file. And basically after you download the TTF file, what you're going to basically do is open up the download folder and you'll basically see that you will have your TTF file or this zip file over here. Then you're going to do is unzip it with this WinRAR and then you will basically find this folder over here. And we're obviously going to need this folder because this is going to be very important. I'm going to keep this aside just in case. Now, the next step, what you basically have to do, this is also very important. We have to basically import it inside of this Python project file. Now, if you are on a Mac OS, you will basically first off right click on this or left click on this main py file and then right click on it. And then you have this open in, and then you will basically find an explorer. But if you are on a Mac OS, you will basically see reveal in folder and it will take you directly inside the folder. But if you are on a Windows, click on this explorer. It will open up another folder for you just like this. And you are going to take up this file inside over here. So in case I'm going to take out this one, Control C, and I'm going to paste it right over here. There we go. We have TTF fonts. And if you just extend it, you'll basically have all of these TTF files, which you'll be able to work with. And now we can get on with our course or with our class on how you'll be able to customize your console. But one thing you can see, if I play it out right now, it's going to give me this, but I want this specific font to be changed. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to close off this console and then you have this widget example. Okay. So right after the self count, or let's say I'm going to go after the KV file first, and I'm going to do is going to be like clicking on this text over here, which is my text. Hit on enter. And here I'm going to put in font and then put in underscore and then put in name. Put in font underscore name over here and put in a colon. Now here you have to define which file you are using. So here I'm going to do is going to be using one of these names. Let's say I'm going to put in GOODDOG. Make sure that this is just the way it is and then put in .ttf. Now it will already detect up the file, but it also needs to detect up which folder you are using. So I'm going to put in a slash. I'm going to put in, let's say, this slash over here. Not over here. I'm going to take it at the beginning. There we go. And then you're going to put in the slash over here. And you're going to put in the name of the folder. So it's going to be TTF space fonts. Okay. So that is the exact directory. So as we have the fonts, now we can try playing it out. And you can see this is showing me an error. So I have put in that TTF over here. Let's play it out again. And you can see now our font has been changed. Okay. It doesn't matter whichever font you download, but now you can see that the size of this text is really small. Okay. So I'm going to change out the size of this font just by using another function. So I'm going to create another line. I'm going to put in font. Then I'm going to put in underscore and size. And obviously you're going to work on with the DP, okay? Not just putting in 1, 2. You can also put in, let's say, a specific value, let's say 90. If I play it out, you can see this is how it should look like. And you can see we have our exact number being displayed like this. Now you can also work on with, let's say, maybe I want to work with the display or DP. So I'm going to put in double quotation, put in 90, and then use display pixels. It will be a lot more better. There we go. You can see how good it is working. You will also be able to customize it just the way you want to. Maybe let's say you want a specific color. So if you want to use a specific color, you're going to put another line and you're going to type in color over here. And then right after that, you can type in red. You're going to have to put it inside of this quotation because it's not going to work unless that. I'm going to put in red. If you play it out, this is going to represent the color red. And you can also work out with specific numerical values. So if you want to use numerical values, then you have to put in, let's say, specific numbers, RGB. So I'm going to put in, let's say, 1, 0, 1 over here, and then 1 over here. And if I play it out, it's going to give me a definite like color, which is almost like pink. You can see the color is changing. If I put in 1 over here, if I play it out, it's going to have a different color. Now you can see this is white. If I put in 0 over here, if I play it out, it's going to have the black. So if I just put in 0 over here, and if I play it out, it might also show me black. Okay. So you can also put in specific color. If I put in purple over here and play it out, so you might see it's going to give me an error. So what you basically have to do is cut it off under like double quotation, purple. I'm going to cut out this one, purple, play it out. And there we go. We have purple color. If I want to work with, let's say I want to work with green only. Green, type in green and play it out. It's going to give me green value, but you have to use double quotation inside. Green, hit on play, and there we go. We have the green color. Now, what if you want to use another font? So what you're going to basically do is download another font. Let's just go off over here. TTF fonts download. Click on that. I'm going to go off to the same site. Let's just take it onto the same site. And what you're going to basically do is download, maybe I want to download this one. And it's going to take me to or redirect me to that page where I'll be able to download it. And there we go. Here I'm going to do is going to be just basically just extract it to this specific folder. There we go. It has been extracted. And I'm going to open up my font over here. There we go. I'm going to go off to downloads, great vibes. And we're going to do is basically just take all of these, our TTF file, as this is not TTF, so it will basically not work, but you have to use something which is TTF. So just in case, make sure that whichever ones are TTF, download those ones. And let's say I'm going to use this another one over here. So basically you just have to change out the name and it will have that specific, font being applied. So if I just put in a / over here, and if I put in good, let's say I'm going to do is going to removing one, good dog, GDOG, and then you have to put in underscore cool. And if I play it out, it's also going to be a bit more different, but it's still using the same font. So basically, just the same way you will be able to use all types of fonts or whatever you get. You just have to make sure that it is a TTF file, and you'll be able to create or customize your own text just the way you want to. So the last thing if I want to do is that if I want yellow, so I'm going to type in yellow over here, play it out, and there we go. It has changed. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end, and hope you understood about everything in this class. If you still have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. And without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of Python for app development.